this afternoon's game, it's been some start to the new league season, a start that literally blew the lights out at Tolka Park.
I know, it was incredible, wasn't it, Martin? Friday night, all the build-up, all the talk. It's probably the most sort of hype and attention and coverage that the build-up to a League of Ireland season has ever had. And then with the first half kicked off, Shelbourne against Derry City, the champions, started on the front foot with 4 goals in the first half. 3 goals in the first 15 minutes. And then suddenly, as soon as the half-time whistle went to Tolka Park, the lights went out. And it was, you just sort of said, like, oh God, hopefully this isn't going to be a bit of a disaster on the opening night. But thanks to a hero of the hour, it was reported later that evening that a Shelbourne fan who worked for the ESB was in the crowd, stepped forward and said, "Let me have a look at that, lads. I know what's wrong there. It's a blown fuse. Get on the blower to the lads on call." 10 minutes later, they were down, had it fixed, game going in, well, I think it was a half an hour later from that point. So a very kind of League of Ireland story in one sense, in that there was a kind of a personal touch in there and a bit of let's all muck in together, and it turned out to be a great night for the champions, kicking off with a win.
Well, and it did, and it was a great night all round in all the games we've had so far this weekend. There have been great turnouts. None more so than today's game. Now, thankfully, it's got a 2 o'clock kick-off, which means we probably won't need the floodlights. But it's Bohs giving up Dalymount Park home advantage to take the first game of the season against Shamrock Rovers to the Aviva, and people are turning out for it.
Absolutely. This is now, like, as I said, all the kind of positive talk about it, the increased attendances in the league. You talked about full houses in all the grounds so far, and over the last couple of years that's been building and building. Today is the day where it all really comes to fruition. So Bohs, fair play to them. They said they took the risk on, and they said, listen, let's take our home game, opening weekend of the season against Shamrock Rovers, our great rivals. Let's take it to the Aviva and see if the people come. If you build it, they will come, Martin. And that's what's happened. Literally, I was reading in the reports, one report last night, as of yesterday evening, 31,000 tickets sold for this game today. And the historians are going back into the record books to see, like, is this a record? And I think you might go back as far as a game between Drumcondra and Cork United in Dalymount in 1946 to get into this sort of area. That's according to one report in the 42 this morning. So you're talking historic stuff today, and a historic milestone. And again, proof maybe that people say if the facilities are there, if you put on a show, if you make a big deal of it, the audience and the appetite is there. So hopefully it's going to be a great day for both teams and the fans, and for Irish football in general.
Well, Shamrock Rovers are on this incredible run in Europe, which is fantastic for the league. Our coefficient number is rising all the time. But a lot of eyes will be on the Moose, as we're calling him, as this guy makes his debut for Bohemians today. Well, we think he'll make his debut.
Yeah, we're not quite sure his fitness levels, because he hasn't played a lot of football in the last couple of years. So for people who don't know, one of the other storylines coming into the league is who's signed which player, and who's going to be the big star of the season in terms of new signings. Bohemians basically have got their hands on this guy. Lys Mousset is his name. Now, Premier League fans might remember him playing for Bournemouth and Sheffield United. Sheffield United paid 10 million quid to Bournemouth for him back in 2019. Unfortunately, things haven't gone right in his career since then, between injuries and reportedly disciplinary issues. Went to Germany, Italy. John Egan, the Irish international defender, Rory Higgins, who was managing Derry last season, was asking him about a recommendation for a player for Bohs on behalf of Alan Reynolds, the Bohs manager. John Egan, who played with Lys Mousset at Sheffield United, said, give this guy a chance. He's itching to get back in the game. He's got quality. If it goes right for Bohs, this could be a seriously brilliant signing. We have to wait and see. It's just another situation where the new season just has so many things to look forward to, and storylines to get wrapped up in.
OK, well, Tom, we'll be able to watch it all later on Virgin Media 2. Great to talk to you.
Cheers, Martin.
All right, sir. And just a reminder to see you again, Bohemians versus Shamrock Rovers is live on Virgin Media Play and Virgin Media 2 from 1:30 today.